Frazier and Maestro styles, you know we got one. Right back like we left something. We don't duck smoke, we want all of it. So line them up, Trey sharp with the blade, you know we sizing it up. I'm quick to catch the fade, you know Styles making the cut. Cause we coming out clean every time that we showing up.
It's gonna be called The Barbershop.
Yo, what up? What's going on, folks? Welcome back. It's a brand new episode of the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. We are streaming live on the Facebook page, on our YouTube channel, also through Instagram Live. You can also watch us live on Twitter at Barbershop SPOR2 and also on our Twitch channel as well. It's your boy Trey Frazier in the building. Got the homie Maestro Styles in the house as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's good, man? How we feeling, man? How's the last few days been?
Man, I can't complain, man. I ain't been doing nothing. You feel me? Sitting in the house, cooking up, sleeping, drugs, you know what I'm saying? And getting my vinyl, getting all this vinyl off this floor. I've been doing that too.
I wish I could say I was doing nothing.
Yeah, man.
I got no room in my life for nothing.
Got a little, getting a little recharge, getting a little recharge, man. So I've been cooling, man. How about you?
Well, my son had a birthday last week.
Yes, sir.
So, happy 11th to
yes, sir.
My Nate dog right there. It's my little homie right there. Scored a goal on last Friday in his game.
Okay.
Final game of the season. Didn't go how they wanted it to. They ended up being 3-2. But I told him before the game, I said, you won't get a goal on your birthday weekend. Just watch. And he plays mostly defense, so he doesn't get a lot of opportunities to score. But, the way things have been going with the season, coach decided to kind of mix it up a bit, and he started on offense. And what do you know? He scores the first goal of the game. They end up winning the game 3-0. We had cupcakes. The team decided to order some pizza for the kids. We all decided to just, wish him a happy birthday, kind of celebrate that, on a high note, with a win and all that. So it was a great weekend for the most part, man. Great weekend. This Thanksgiving holiday can't come fast enough, bro.
Yeah. Hey man, it can come. It can come through fast. It can come through slow. Either way, I ain't going to.
That was crazy.
Either way, I'm not going to work.
Crazy. Yeah. Oh, I forgot.
Either way,
that's why you said you. That's why you said you was doing nothing. I totally forgot, man.
Yeah, that's
I forgot you.
One way or the other, I won't be doing a whole bunch of nothing that got to do with my 9 to 5. Praise the Lord.
There you go. No phone calls, right? No emergency calls.
I have. They've slowed down since yesterday. But I definitely, Friday and because I was off at Friday, went to see Wale Friday. And
how'd that go?
Like you would expect it to go if you were a Wale fan. Like it was. Mario came out. Lloyd came out. Shy Glizzy came out, which was. That was the highlight of him. I haven't seen Shy Glizzy in years. So Shy Glizzy coming out was definitely a highlight for me. I mean, as was Lloyd and Mario, not for nothing. And Jeremiah came out, but he was on the bill. But at first it was like he's not coming, and then he showed up late, and whatever. God bless him. But good dope show. Wale's always been one of the better performers, and hot take, like I kind of have him higher than how people have him, like career wise as a rapper.
Wale has had a great career.
Yeah, no doubt about that. But I think I think with I'll just say it. I think for people who don't feel this way, because I know Drake is
he slept on for sure.
I think Wale is a far better rapper than Drake. Like by far, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And, have your conversation. And I'm just talking about bar for bar. You can have your conversations about songs and how well songs do. Obviously, he ain't, Drake has had his career. But I think Wale is better than Drake lyrically. I think Wale's Wale's one of them. Let's just leave it. I'll leave it there.
He's underappreciated for sure. I think he's had quite a great career. I mean, just look up the guy's discography. I mean, he's got albums, all over the place, and really underappreciated. So
and shout out to him.
and from a guy that's not necessarily a Wale fan, I do appreciate some of the tracks that he's put out and some of the projects and the creativity that he's been able to put out over the course of almost 20 years now. Like, I mean, you really gotta put him in that category.
I guess
2005. 2005 was when
I don't feel like it's 2005. I feel like it's a little early, but I mean, nonetheless, close to 20 years.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Not to turn this into a music conversation, but you mentioned Mario and Lloyd and those guys being at the Wale show. But did Ray J happen to be there as well?
He didn't come out, but I saw what you're talking about. I saw apparently he was supposed to perform, and he didn't like the way he was being treated, and he got on whatever his little streaming show is, talking about fuck Wale and I don't know you, but I don't want to know you, and ain't shit you could do about it because you a college nigga and all this. I don't know exactly what happened. I didn't know Ray J was in town to answer your question, but I did see that. I did see the clip this morning.
Okay, it's because when you said clip, I thought you was going somewhere else. So this is what I saw this morning, and this might have been from a few days ago when he was in town. He was actually at 92Q in Baltimore here on
Ray J was
Ray J.
Okay.
He was on with Quicksilver in the morning. Yeah, and I guess they were talking about Mario's discography versus Ray J's discography. And Ray J's kind of been on this run of just kind of on his like Jim Jones run where he's just saying wild shit.
Ray J's always like,
sure.
This ain't
new, I mean, he's had a break in between, but as of recent, he's had some crazy things to say, recently. This one being, the more recent. You come to a Baltimore radio station talking about, you could beat Mario in a versus. Hey, I appreciate the confidence in you, bro. Your catalog got nothing on Mario's catalog. I'm just sorry.
Well, I think this conversation stemmed from, and I'll make it short. Mario was on Cam Newton's show, I guess, and I guess I don't know if Ray J's name was brought up. I know specifically Omarion's name.
Ray J was on there too at some point, right?
Well, but I'm talking about specifically in the past couple of weeks. They asked Mario, who could sing, who can't sing, that type of thing. And I don't know if Ray J's name was brought up, but I know that's when Ray J started talking about the whole versus thing again. You know what I'm saying? So that got something. It's clickbait. It's like Ray J saying a month ago that he slept with Sexy Red or Glorilla, one of the two. Like like he was on his streaming talking about he slept with one of them, and what I'm saying? Like it's.
And then was it Kai Cenat or one of them other cats where he was talking about he wanted to take a shower with homeboy? Like pause.
Yeah. It's no need. It's no need. God bless.
It's
clickbait, whatever. And look,
been on a run.
history suggests that he hang with killers and gangsters and all that type of stuff, and
he with the money team, like you said.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fuck that. Nah, he with like gang members. You know what I'm saying? Like he affiliated. Is what history would suggest, but I'm not. At this stage, he out here doing, being reckless. It's clout. It's clout. It's the same thing literally the same thing Jim Jones was doing. Like Jim Jones in his heart of hearts, even if he really in the back of his mind feel like he better than Nas. Like, come on, bro. Like,
But he even admitted, he was like, "Yeah, I'm just doing this just to,
right.
I'm playing the game. I'm playing the game." Ray J is playing the game.
That's it, and that's so. I wish he would not say fuck people and all that, but whatever.
Yeah. I thought I'd bring that up just because you said, Mario did the show, over the weekend in DC and all that.
Man,
And I was
Mario told Lloyd, man,
Mhm.
I was just talking to somebody earlier today about that show, man. Great times, great times.
Nice stuff. And you had a good weekend, I'm sure, with football, where that's concerned.
Um, I mean, look, man, I hate to
Advance and
win is
survive,
a
right?
win.
Survive and advance, right?
That's it,
Yeah.
right? That's it,
Yep.
right? Like
Yep.
again, I'm not gonna sit here and come on this podcast and act like I'm looking at a good football team that can make some noise in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So yes, great. We beat the Cincinnati Bengals. What did you do? You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
that it just doesn't move me. I'm interested to see how Asante Samuel is going to fit into this fold. I can't wait for him to make the
Mm.
53.
Yeah.
But as far as the game goes, I mean, look, we beat a bad team. Joe Flacco's. It's about that time for Joe Flacco to start showing his 40-year-old colors.
Yeah. Joe
Um,
Burrow, being in the building got into his head. That's just a hot take from me.
No, I don't
That's
think
just that's
Joe
just
Burrow got in
me.
his head at all. I think that Joe Flacco was good for about 2 to 4, maybe 5 games when he has to come in for a starter, and
Hmm.
then you see his play start to slide after between that 3, 4, 5th game. You see his production start to slide. This is the same thing he did in Indianapolis. The same thing he did in Cleveland. Like you know he good for a turnover. You know he good
Oh, of
for a
course.
turnover. So
Of
it's
course. Of
this ain't
course.
this is just who Joe Flacco is at this stage of his career. Great career. Nobody's ever going to tell him he didn't have a great career and all those things. This is just who he is at this stage of his career in the past 3 or 4 years. Nothing major. I mean, we shut down Jamar Chase. I mean, like
Yeah.
okay, like
I was
I'm
gonna
not,
say, because we're not gonna
there's
act like
there are
this wasn't
pluses,
a different game than the first matchup. Like we're not
obviously,
gonna.
but
Yeah.
I also think that game wasn't our best execution put out on the field. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
and even with that, we still lost at a last on a last minute field goal if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just like okay, like look, we know we're better than a Joe Burrow-less Cincinnati Bengals, dog. Like we know that. Like this ain't. Only thing this is one more week where we're on top of the AFC North. That's all this is. This is like
Waiting
nothing
for the
to.
waiting for the fall. Waiting for the fall. Eventually.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, I'm not
Eventually.
even gonna go as far as to say that I know it's going to happen. I'm just saying that I mean, trends would suggest that Baltimore, with Lamar Jackson healthy,
Yep.
is on a higher trajectory than the Pittsburgh Steelers are. That's reasonable to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially when based on how we're playing football in all 3 phases. I
Hmm.
mean, we're not consistent anywhere. So, I'm happy for a win, but I mean, I just say, all right, that's what's up, and I move on to the next thing when we win this year. I'm not excited
I,
about this.
I ain't gonna front though, and let me give a quick shout out here to Art ANX1
What
watching
that?
us
What that?
from Twitch. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you for sure.
What do you say? Hold on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I noticed that you was reading it, and I was too quick with the trigger there.
Nah, I couldn't see the whole thing because I had something in front of my screen. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
But now I'm older. I can't lie. I rate bro still. I don't
I
even
think
fuck
he's
with
talking
you.
about when you were talking about
Yeah, I know what he's
Drake.
talking about. I
Yeah.
was just, I'm. Hey, you are typing like somebody that is at least 10 to 15 years younger than me. So that's why it took me a second to catch on. I'm with you though, bro. Nah, and let's be clear. Nobody would say that Drake don't rap well. That nobody would say that. You'd be a liar
Yeah, no.
if you ever listen to Drake
Drake
rap and
got
say,
balls. Yeah.
yeah. But
Drake got balls. Yeah.
for my money, give me Wale.
Yeah. Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you though. I'm kind of feeling the same way you are with your team, with my team this past week, because I mean, we didn't play our best football, and a win is a win. you survive in advance. I mean, this is really what this is going to be for the Ravens moving forward, until the tougher competition comes up. Namely on our schedule, it's the Patriots coming up, it's Green Bay coming up, and a couple of games with you guys.
Yeah.
But we just got to keep racking these wins up. And I'll be honest with you, this is probably the first game in a while where Lamar didn't have a great game, but the sum of the other parts of the team kind of picked up a bit,
Yeah.
and was able to get out a win. And shout out to Todd Monken. And I will apologize because I was cussing this man throughout the game on social media. And when they lined up for that fake tush push, and I said, bro, they know what's coming, bro. Like they do this every time. Mark Andrews under center. They do that all the time on the 4th and shorts. And they fooled us. Fooled me anyway. And I'm sure quite a lot of fans watching the game. They fooled me, and fooled the Cleveland Browns, more importantly, to get that touchdown. That really was the game winner there. But all in all, special teams, I thought played like some trash. They gave up. He got the muff punt by Wester that set up Cleveland to get the field goal. Tip passes, some of it, I mean, they weren't Lamar's fault, but tip passes for interceptions led to a pick six, which is why the Browns, had the 16 points. Defense played well. Gave up 7 points. I'm not going to brag about it this week just because of the quarterback situation in Cleveland. Getting to see Shedeur Sanders was interesting. I didn't see where Gabriel hit his head. It was kind of like a surprise when we came out for the second half, but I didn't see where he got concussed. But nice to see Shedeur. But clearly there's something going on in that Browns building where he's clearly not getting reps with the first team, which was a normal thing, for backup quarterbacks. Right. Normal thing there, but very slow with his feet, which I think we all knew. Him to come out, coming out of the draft, we knew that. Just wasn't ready. Just wasn't really ready for that moment, to come into a second half of the game. So
yeah, and I'm not gonna put, and I low key, I'm not putting none of that on Shedeur Sanders.
No, not at all.
I mean, not even. I'm outside of the fact that he is the guy who was out there and threw the picks, and like you throw him, you're responsible for him. But he wasn't prepared. This was his first NFL action. I don't care about that preseason. You know what I'm saying? He played, a whole bunch of third stringers.
It's the Panthers or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like you didn't play. You played number ones on defense. And it's not like that Browns offensive line is they're not trash by no stretch of the imagination, but it's not like they was going crazy. And like all the things, he sits in the pocket. Like all the things that you knew was that can happen happened to him, and it's just a matter of you picking your head up and hopefully getting another shot sometime in the future. Like I know they panned to him a lot with his head down at the end of the game. And it's like I hope he ain't really discouraged behind that. None of that was his fault, man. Like I hope I really hope that he didn't get discouraged from being put out there in that situation in that game in the second half, like against the and trust me, the Baltimore Ravens aren't a good defense statistically, but we know just based on pedigree that something can shift if they just get put in a position to pivot. You know what I'm saying? Much like last year. I don't know who's going to come in and save Zach Orr this year, if anybody, but I just know that this pedigree wise, on paper wise, this team shouldn't be a bad defense. So it's things that they could do to turn it around. Today they had a bad quarterback with a bad and I don't mean bad. Let me say inexperienced. They had an inexperienced quarterback that held on to the ball because he likes to sit in the pocket. That's his game.
Yep.
And then they took advantage. And
but I mean, bad quarterback play. Period. I mean, the first half. I mean, Gabriel wasn't.
Well, Gabriel. Well, look. Let's be clear. And I'm not this. Rookie season, but
yeah.
Pending something changed. I see Dylan Gabriel. I see him. It's a reason why he was a 5th rounder. I see you, player.
You mean short, 3rd rounder?
3rd rounder. I'm sorry. Dylan Gabriel was 3rd.
Yeah, Shador was the 5th.
Was 5th. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, 3rd rounder. We see it, bro. You short. You know what I'm saying? We see it.
Yep.
Seen
it for weeks now.
We're not gonna get no Drew Brees, no Russell Wilson out of this situation. We see who Dylan Gabriel is probably going to be, and I hate to put a cap on his potential, but I mean, I don't see it. I don't see it changing.
No, I don't see it, bro. I don't.
That's Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel is a backup quarterback at very best.
I don't see it, and the Browns. I mean. What is the future for the quarterback position in Cleveland? Deshaun Watson.
I mean,
what?
Well, look, the future is they don't have a future. They don't. You know what I'm saying? They don't want Shador Sanders on that team.
Clearly,
I say it. I said it. I've said it when they drafted him. We talked about it ad nauseum. Around the draft process and leading into the draft process about all the things that were said and. The aha got you moment that I feel like the Cleveland Browns put Shador Sanders in when he fell to the 5th round.
Via the NFL.
You know what I'm saying?
I still think the NFL told the Browns draft Shador. I still think that to this day.
But more than that, I think they told teams or put, hey, let's teach this rich black boy a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
You need us and we don't need you, and they trying to teach him that, and you know what I'm saying. I just hope he's not discouraged from that game,
which is not true, by the way. I get your point. Yeah. I'm just letting the folks out there know that yes, that's how they view the situation, but in reality, Shador does not need the NFL.
Right?
Let's be clear about that.
He's fine. He's absolutely fine. He will if he like Shiloh ain't on the team right now. He's fine.
Mm-hmm. He good.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? His daddy's still rich. He was rich. Mm-hmm. All the things. So he's good. Shiloh, pursuing rapping and acting he's fine. But I hope Shador isn't discouraged from that. I do want to backtrack. I don't know if you were done with the Ravens game, but I don't feel like we need to. I feel like we kind of jumped off the Steelers game without talking about the obvious, yeah. And let me just say, Jamarr Chase, bruh. Not only do I not encourage, spitting at people. I don't encourage that. But bruh, what you thought they was never going to get the angle of you spitting on them or something? And then I don't know if this is true or not.
Yeah.
But he's still doubling down, talking about I ain't do it.
I know he appealed. He appealed.
But appealing is different from me saying I didn't do it. Appealing could just mean
I was saying two things are true. He's appealing one, and two, he doubled down on
I didn't spit on him.
I didn't do it. Yeah, exactly.
After the video came out.
Exactly.
This dude is different, and let me be very, very clear. Best receiver in the game to me. I know you talking about JSN and Justin Jefferson has to be in the conversation nowadays. Mm-hmm. But right now, for my money, I think Jamarr Chase is the best wide receiver in the game right now. I'm not talking about this season. I'm just talking about in the game right now. Yeah. And with all that, bruh. What are you like? You a liar? What are we doing? What are we doing? You're. I don't know if that's lying. I don't know if that's what's the term I'm looking for? What's the psychology term I'm looking for?
Playing what? I'd say playing mind games.
Or
just really doesn't care. Or just doesn't care.
You're lying. You're lying, sir.
It's clear he's lying, but
and you know you lying, and we know you lying, but you got to keep the lie alive.
he's a bunch of things right now. He's a liar. He's frustrated because his
That's some
team is
sucker
some
and
trash.
that's some sucker shit.
Yeah,
Let's be
it is.
clear.
It
Let's
is
be let's make sure we put that out there.
because we're
Jamarr
not
Chase,
excusing none of that stuff he did.
that's sucker shit, bruh. That's
Hmm.
sucker shit. Y'all getting into it. Y'all having, y'all doing whatever y'all doing. It ain't. I can't fathom. There's nothing that Jalen Ramsey said to you that was like, oh, I got to spit in this nigga face. I can't fathom it. I can't fathom it. He said something. I don't know if this quote is real. He said something to the effect of, if I wanted to spit at him, I would have spit in his face. Or like, what?
You did, bro.
Like that's exactly what you did, bro.
You did. That reminds me, because you said that you can't fathom Jalen Ramsey saying something that derogatory for him to get spit on. But you just reminded me, and I saw this come up on my timeline earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
The throwback game of when he was on the Jaguars and AJ Green was with Cincinnati at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You remember you put him in a headlock? You remember AJ Green put Jalen Ramsey in the headlock in that game?
Vaguely.
Yeah, it was a game where he shoves him. He, being Jalen Ramsey, shoves AJ Green to the ground, and then AJ Green gets up, and all of a sudden he puts Jalen Ramsey in a headlock, drags him to the ground, starts punching him with the helmet on, which was stupid on AJ Green's part. Starts punching the dude, and then, if I remember correctly, at the presser, AJ Green alluded that he said something crazy to him, which is why he gave him the headlock, whatever. Now, it's AJ Green. You know what I'm saying? AJ Green was probably one of the quietest receivers, during his prime, when he was, coming up. So for him to put a dude in a headlock, let alone Jalen Ramsey of all people, sound like he said something crazy to him that time. Now, I'm not using that to say that, he did something crazy to Jamarr Chase, because no matter whether you say something light or crazy, you don't spit on a man. Like, that's inexcusable to do that, regardless of how much trash talk there is.
I was going to say, you taking a long time to get to
what?
I said, you taking a long time to get to ain't nothing. Unless you read it,
it's nothing. It's no excuse for it.
Nigga, death, like that is a like a crime to spit on. Nigga, that's an assault. Nigga, you might as well have punched him in his face.
And if you'd have did that, I wouldn't have.
I'm talking about Jamarr Chase.
One bit. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And for real, mm-hmm. If you Jalen Ramsey, nigga, it's up forever, nigga. It's forever.
Yeah, on site.
Like if I see you outside, yeah. If I, you know what I'm saying, you lucky. I'm trying to keep getting these millions.
Yeah.
You lucky ain't on site on the field. Like, nigga, it's up forever. A nigga spit on you. Yeah. That's different, bro. That's different, bro. And I love what Tomlin said. You spit on, yeah, like, no. I expect you to be natural. At the end, you spit on me. If you get spit on, nigga, whatever come behind that, I support that, nigga. You crazy.
They would have paid that man's fine if he'd have punched him right on the field. They would have paid the fine gladly for that. Jalen Ramsey pockets would have been straight.
Nah, we ain't doing that, bro. We not doing that. I seen somebody. I wish I would have read it, because it would have been a reason to turn up a little bit. But I seen a Cincinnati. I gotta assume he's a Cincinnati fan, because he was literally saying something to the effect of of kind of what you was, not what you was saying, but what you were, because I know you don't agree with it, that Jalen Ramsey must have said some wild shit to get spit on. Like, nigga, it ain't nothing you could say to get spit on.
Nah.
Because even if there was something so egregious where you feel like you need to spit on somebody, you need to wait till after the game and get to it for real.
Nah.
Like that is the ultimate that's the ultimate disrespect, because at the end of the day, not condoning violence, and nigga, a life
ain't nothing.
A life can be lost. A life can be lost behind somebody spitting on somebody else. Like, nigga, are you crazy?
Right. Nah, it don't matter, bro. Like, I mean, KG told Carmelo, your wife tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios. He ain't spit. He just said, yo, nah, you know what? It's
we need to
disrespectful.
shoot.
I'm gonna wait till after the game.
We need to,
get dressed.
We need to get to it, and we need to get to it,
and we're gonna shoot the fair one. Like,
we need to get to
he
it.
handled
That's a
that
fact.
great. Yeah,
yeah.
That's how Jamarr Chase.
And I'm sorry, saying what my wife tastes like. I would rather you do that than spit on me. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, those, at the end of the day, those are disrespectful words, but those is words. You spit on me, I ain't gonna, like, if Jamarr Chase truly intends, like, I'm with whatever as far as Jalen Ramsey, like, it's up for real, then all right, then cool, stand on it, whatever, take your game. You know, you got your suspension, what you should have got. That's what's up. And it is what it is. But I don't know, man. Sometimes when people do that, it makes me wonder, do you really understand the consequences or the stakes to which you're doing? Like, it makes, I don't know where he came from. I don't know his upbringing, if he from the hood, whatever.
Right.
But nigga, you spit on another man, nigga. Like, you should expect that man to come back with his men. And it be an issue, like nah, man, like that,
I will say the same thing about Dak Prescott. And again, same situation. I don't know these guys' upbringing, but if Dak Prescott decided, yo, it's on site whenever I see Jalen Carter, it's going to be on site, then he got every right to do that. Quarterback or no quarterback, or defensive end or wide receiver, it don't matter the position. I understand why Dak Prescott didn't at that moment, do anything, because he know he get kicked off that team. The Cowboys ain't shit without him. But yeah, if he decided,
I'm also not losing my job. I'm also not losing my job for getting ejected. I can't, nah, bruh. But I'll say this about, and obviously this is just perception. I don't know it to be true.
Yeah.
I look at Jalen Carter and I feel like, I don't know for a fact, that he understands what spitting on somebody means. And I think he just thinks Dak Prescott's soft. Maybe Jamarr Chase understands it and he thinks Jalen Ramsey's soft, but I mean, history would suggest that ain't shit soft about Jalen Ramsey. And I'm not saying that to say that Jamarr Chase is soft. Like I said,
I was gonna say maybe Jamarr Chase is with it. Maybe
exactly.
Perception is, ain't always what it seems.
Exactly. It's just a perception. That's a fact. But I will say this, bruh. I hope cooler heads prevail for the sake of, we don't want violence. You don't want violence on our black men. But Jamarr Chase, sir, if Jalen Ramsey decided to turn it up, I hope you prepared, because you was out of pocket, my G. That is
G's with you.
That is out of pocket. That is out of pocket. And look, I don't anticipate, lives being lost behind it. I'm just saying that is out of pocket, my G. That is crazy. Yeah. That is crazy out of pocket.
And then the triple down on it too. The line,
but that's what and that's what kind of makes me feel like maybe he don't understand what he did, or the stakes to what he did, and how that could get ugly.
Yeah.
Because you lying. What are you lying for?
Yeah.
What are you lying for? I don't understand it.
If he think it was just, I was just casually spitting, nigga, no, you wasn't casually spitting, nigga. You spit at that dude. You spit at him.
And I just don't understand. Like, just sit in it, bro. Like, all right, it's my fault. I shouldn't have did that. Take my little suspension, and But if it's up with Jalen Ramsey, then let it be up. But that's the thing, but that's the thing that be bothering me about some of these people in the world that play sport. I mean, I ain't gonna relegate the sports, because I don't think it's just that. I don't think it's just sports. But dog, what you just did that? Like, have you been punched in the face before? Like, have you been in some real shit?
Fight, yeah.
It's a certain respect you have. Like I might not fuck with you. Obviously I'm not saying I don't fuck with you, but if an example, I might not like you. Like, it's up with you. But it is a certain respect, because at the end of the day, you don't want that. Like, unless you prepared to kill,
Mm-hmm.
It's certain things you just don't do, and I think spitting on somebody is just that. Like,
Yeah, you don't do that
you
at
don't
all.
do that.
I don't care what it is. You don't do that. That's why I
Unless you're
respect.
prepared to kill.
It's part of why, and I'll go way back again. When T.O. was in the league, T.O. admitted he spit on a defender. I forget. I think it was a Falcon player. It was Falcons Cowboys. T.O. was on the Cowboys at the time. And the post game, when they was interviewing him and they was asking him, "Yo, what was going on between you and so?" And he was like, "Yeah, I spit on him. And I apologize, for doing that." The T.O., he owned up to it. He knew he was wrong. He ain't trying to walk it back. And he probably in his head at that point knew, hey, if it's on site with this dude at some point, then that's just what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be a sucker and, try to deny what happened. Like, I mean, he said it, live on the post game without people even realizing that it happened, after the fact. So that's why I respect the guy like him. But, you Jamarr Chase, bro, just own up to it, man. And, take the fine. I wish they'd have suspended you 2 games because that means you would miss the Thanksgiving game against the Ravens. And Lord knows I don't want to see you on the field for Thanksgiving. I mean, I still think we're going to beat y'all. But I just don't want to see you if I can help it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But maybe the appeal does that because I think the process is he can appeal. He can still play this weekend, right?
Yeah.
If he appeals,
I would think
right?
so.
Okay, right. So he's going to appeal, which means he could play against the Patriots on Sunday, and then they could come back and be like,
I'm sorry, I'm misunderstanding what you're asking me.
Oh.
I'm thinking you're asking me, can he appeal and have it approved or denied before Sunday? You're saying if he appeals, the case would still be pending, but he'd be able to play this Sunday.
That's what I'm trying to.
I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Oh, wow.
To be honest with you, I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea.
In my imaginary mind, I would think, okay, you appeal, let the process be the process. You're eligible to play Sunday, and then maybe after the Patriots game, they conclude their investigation and say, "Hey, bro, you lied about it. You spat on them, and then you double down on it. So we're gonna give you a game or 2 suspension, and then at that point, you would miss the Ravens game, and if it's a 2-game suspension, you would miss the following week as well."
Right.
So,
No, I look, I ain't gonna hold you. I think that that decision will be handed down by Thursday at very, very latest. Mm-hmm. and by then it's like
you mean the decision on the appeal?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. I mean, very, very latest tomorrow. Very latest Thursday.
Yeah.
And
right, because what is there to look at? Like what how much more digging are we doing, right?
Right. What are we talking about? You're a lie. You lied.
Well, look.
The evidence came out.
1 game for the spit, 1 game for lying.
Nah,
2 games right there.
Nigga, the NFL lie. They gonna come on, man.
Hey, man. I got some skin in the game, man. If you're gonna suspend that man, get him for 2 games, man. He don't need to be playing on Thanksgiving. Let that man spend some time with his family during the holiday.
I don't think nobody pisses him off in Baltimore, so you know what I'm saying. He'll be fine.
Yeah, okay.
Nah, I mean, like, there appears to be a clear disdain for Jalen Ramsey. It appears that, you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I don't think that just happened this game. I don't know it for a fact, but yeah, I don't think that happened just this game. I think they have a clear disdain for each other. I mean, even when you look at the post games, I think there's something there that's been there.
Mm-hmm. Which is kind of crazy because this is Jalen Ramsey's first year in the division, so they don't get to see each other often like that.
Sure.
What I mean? So it's not like what's his name, Cortland Finnegan and Andre Johnson. They used to see each other 2 times a year. That was in division rivals. So it's not that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you might be onto something. Maybe something rubs him the wrong way with the guy. What else we got, man?
While we still in Pittsburgh, man, Aaron Rodgers hurt his hand. Get well soon. hopefully this is an opportunity where they can sneak Will Howard in for a possession or two. Or if Mason Rudolph is not playing well, I don't wish him to not play well. I'm just saying we got this rookie. I know 6th rounder, but you drafted him. Let's see what he got. I would love to see who Will Howard is. If we found a quarterback at the 6th round, similar to like a Brock Purdy situation, even though I know he was later in the draft. I want to see he won a national championship this past year in Will Howard. Like I want to see if he can bring something to the table because Aaron Rodgers is not going to be here next year. I know there's the rumors talking about he might play another season. I'm good on Aaron Rodgers, man. Not because he played so terrible. He just ain't the answer. He just ain't the answer. I need to get into a situation where we're trying to find a franchise quarterback, and that's what I'll need.
He's not the answer, and I get what you're saying. He's not the.
I'm talking about Super
Bowls. Future wise.
I'm talking about how we can get to a Super Bowl with because the formula, right? Like
I'll push back a little bit, just okay. A little bit, and I understand what you're saying here. I'm gonna push back just for the sense that from the beginning of the season up until really up until last week, the Charger game was a very bad game for Aaron Rodgers, but prior to that, I would say he hasn't been problem number one.
We agree.
In terms of how the team has played overall.
Yeah,
it's more of the defensive side of the ball. I think if the defense, was, middle of the pack, top 15, that might be, a chance at a Super Bowl appearance. That may be a chance if the defense plays top 15 and Aaron Rodgers does what he has continued to do. The first half of the season, you might equate that to a potential Super Bowl contending appearance there.
I feel you if you just talking about on paper what it looks like, but I don't know if he can go toe to toe with Mahomes when it matters. I don't know if he can go toe to toe with Josh Allen when it matters. I don't know.
Offensive line has to do a lot to do with that also. Offensive line play has to. So
because what I'm noticing is that Aaron Rodgers is holding on to the ball, trying to get plays developed and
extra time. Yeah,
and he's slow. He's slow with his feet because he's old. He's slow with his feet. He's not. He's doing the right things. Technically, but he's slow. He's slow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's I'm sorry. I want to see what we can do with some young blood at quarterback. I just do.
So, question for you, because I've been seeing Steeler fans on the timeline saying or projecting that Mason Rudolph can run this offense better than Aaron Rodgers has the first half of the season.
No,
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that because I just want to be clear. This is Arthur Smith's offense. This isn't the offense with I forget the coordinator's name now. With the Mike Sullivans and George, with George Pickens, where you just kind of throw it up and this ain't that same offensive coordinator. This ain't that same offensive style. Doesn't like I get why they hire Arthur Smith because he's not a far stretch from what they were doing. Yeah, but it is different. It is emphatically different. If I have I don't believe Mason Rudolph is going to be better than 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers at running this offense. Just to get that out the way. Yeah. I mean, what seems painstakingly clear to me though is DK Metcalf is not a number one wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
He's just
I agree with that.
He just ain't, and I thought he would be. You know what I'm saying? I thought he would be coming into this year, but he just ain't.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have all the tool. Like he's got the body for one, but everything else, he just doesn't have that to be a number.
Yeah, he's a freak of nature, size wise. Pause. But when it comes to route running, he's not the best. He got this quirky little thing that like how he likes to carry the ball when
Yeah, it
when he's
doesn't protect
running
the
in.
ball all that
Yeah,
well.
like
Yeah.
like if it's not jump balls or deep throws, it's like
Yeah.
I watched him run a route against the Chargers and he flattened it out and it prevented a touchdown. I think he did a similar thing last week with Cincinnati where Aaron Rodgers had him deep pause and he just flattened the route out and they weren't on one page on one accord.
Yeah.
That and then we don't have a number 2 receiver.
They was talking about that on the broadcast last night.
And now they're talking about giving Roman Wilson more snaps than Calvin Austin to try to figure out who can. But the truth is that neither one of them, in my personal opinion, and I love Calvin Austin, good wide receiver, but he's at number 3. Roman Wilson is a number 3, number 4 type of receiver. Like if you just get so you're lacking 2 major parts at wide receiver, and then you're throwing it to Darnell Washington on 3rd and 21 because he's 300 pounds and hoping for the best. It's like I get why they thought they could do this because they thought the defense would be better, but I mean this ain't working. We're just going to be more of the same as far as record wise. Like we'll just be a 10 win team, at best 11, but we'll just be and be 5-4 instead of 4 losses, but
6-4 right now. 6-4.
So we'll just be that 9, 10, 11 win team that maybe we win a division, but we still looking at a first round exit. Depending on who you play. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
the projections
it's looking like it's going to be Buffalo.
The projections are exactly the same. You know what I'm saying? So it's just Forgive me for not being excited. Forgive me for saying this from the very beginning of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm about to stress myself out for?
Disappointed in you, man.
what I'm gonna stress myself out for? Like I don't have eyes. Like I can see. I can see.
Look, I got eyes too, and I don't feel great about beating Cleveland last week in the style that we did, but I'm watching.
But your X factor is always going to be Lamar Jackson.
Of course,
it just always is.
Of course,
I don't have that. Pittsburgh doesn't have that type of guy that even though you on paper are the worst, or the maybe the inferior team, that this one guy can change it, and all of a sudden everybody looks better. Like, look, I forgot Zay Flowers played for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, look, our offensive line has been trash this entire season. It's been trash, and Lamar is a great eraser to that. He can obviously mask those deficiencies on the offensive line, but the guard play it's been terrible, man. Like number 77 is gonna get him killed. Like if he doesn't man up, in the run game and pass blocking, he's going to get him killed. And the coach continues to come out here and say, look, man, we're going to put the best 5 out there. And it's like, bro, you got a backup guard that's, a young cat. Like, let the backup guard get some burn, because something got to change with this line. I mean, yes, there's Super Bowl expectations. The start of the season wasn't great, playing all those tough teams and the defense being what it was the first half of the season. But now we get into a place where, we got a healthy Lamar Jackson. And as far as him, running, which he's been reluctant to do these past couple of games, I still think he's, coming off with a hamstring injury, trying to, wean off of it a little bit. I don't think it's, I don't think he's like extremely hurt. I just think he's just trying to slow himself down and come back off the
make sure he's good.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And on top of that, too, he knows the guard play is bad. He's not trying to get killed behind that line. I mean, Myles Garrett, another great defensive performance on Sunday, 4 sacks. So it's what, 5 straight years with 12 plus sacks for Myles Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
Get that man a gold jacket, man.
Yeah, no,
know.
I was that was in my notes, man. Like he's having another year, and I don't think he should have won Defensive Player of the Year last year, but certainly this year, it looked like he about to run it back.
Yeah,
It looked like
for
he about to
sure.
run it back.
Yeah,
Only unfortunately he's on a trash team, but it looked like
he
he's going to
chose
run.
that.
He did.
He chose
That's true.
that.
He absolutely did. You're
Before
absolutely
anybody
right.
starts, saying they feel
Absolutely
bad for
right.
him, I don't feel bad for him. He took the money.
Yeah.
He took the money.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, you getting what you signed up for, bro.
Where do you rank right now? We're talking about this season. Where do you rank the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC? I'm not talking about record. I'm not talking about record. I'm just talking about what you see on the field.
What I see on the field in the AFC right now, and I'll do it this way. I'll put the teams who I think are over them right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Denver obviously
Yeah.
is over the Ravens. I think the Patriots are over them right now. The Colts are over them as well, and I think Buffalo is over them. And I think that's it. I think I rank them fifth, and you could say Kansas City
because right.
You could say that, but I mean, look how they played. I mean, if we're just talking about what we've seen on the field, Kansas City hasn't looked great. And granted, I mean, their losses are you can argue the Chiefs' losses have been legitimate losses to Philadelphia, the Chargers, in the opening weekend. Last week to the Broncos, which is going to be that was a huge matchup, and we got to talk about the implications now because it's now starting to look like Broncos got a stranglehold on the AFC West there, and I forget who they lose to before they got on the bye week. I can't remember who they played, but it was one of those teams. I think the only quality win they got is Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. So
that sounds right.
Yeah. So they've lost to a couple of they've lost to some tough teams. Now the schedule softens up after they play the Colts this weekend, and they're looking probably at about 12, 11 wins, probably 11 if they lose to Indy, because I think after Indy their schedule is kind of cake after that. But I think the Chiefs and the Ravens are kind of in the same boat where
that's fair.
They've struggled the first half, more so for the Ravens just because it was a 1-5 start versus the Chiefs,
and an injury obviously,
and the injuries and play a part in that. But I think both of those teams are kind of in that same tier right now. So if I had to pick 5, 6, Chiefs, Ravens, you could flip flop. They might be 5 and 6, and then after that, you're talking about Jacksonville, the Chargers, Texans. You said something a couple of weeks ago where you said I didn't have to worry about the Texans. We sure about that?
Yeah. I'm confident. Let me say, I ain't sure about nothing in this world, but I'm confident.
That defense still gonna show up.
Sure. But do you really believe in Davis Mills and I forget the running back name?
I expect CJ Stroud to come off of the concussion protocol this weekend. I expect that to happen. He can't.
But they're talking about leaving Davis Mills where he at because he's playing such great football.
What?
That's what I seen.
Who the hell said that in that organization?
Hey man, I'm just a black man scrolling Twitter and
fire these dudes, man. Whoever.
Yeah, I'm just a black man on Twitter scrolling, man. That's it.
Whoever said so. If that's from fans and a certain group of fan base, then I'm not surprised. But CJ Stroud healthy, put that man back on the field, man. What are we talking about here?
Hey, I don't know. And truthfully, they're not going to leave Davis Mills on the field. CJ Stroud healthy. We know that's not going to happen. But
exactly. You get CJ Stroud back. I think that they're going to be playing some meaningful games.
So in your mind, you've named 6 teams. 7th team that makes the playoffs.
I think it's going to be Jacksonville.
You ain't got Pittsburgh in there. Interesting.
I think it's, but it's like I said,
I'm listening. Sure.
I'm worried about tiebreakers.
Yeah.
If we're in that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I'm worried about tiebreakers because Chiefs is right there. We lost to the
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Lost to the
Texans are
Chiefs.
right there. We lost to the Texans.
Yep.
That's what I'm worried about. I don't know if those teams are gonna slide, back far enough. The Chargers, I got the Chargers out right now just because of the injuries on the offensive line. And I heard Justin Herbert left the game early. Either he left the game early or he must have just had a bad game because I saw the score on that game. Jacksonville kicked their ass.
Whooped their ass.
Yeah. Props to Jacksonville, for bouncing back. But yeah, that was an ass kicking on Sunday.
So do you still so Jacksonville? I mean, obviously they're still in the race, but realistically, do you think they get in the playoff, get in the spot?
Yeah, because it's the schedule for me. I mean, 2 games with the Titans, and look, I know we talked about it. You would think you take care of, if you are who you say you are, you take care of the bad teams. I think Jacksonville's a good team. I think they got flaws on that team. The quarterback is probably at the top of those flaws there. But you got to sweep the Titans. If you're Jacksonville, you got to sweep the Titans.
Division game, come on, we can't do that though. Division game.
Sure, I get it, but they're bad, man. Titans are bad.
And when you say, and then because when you say good team in the Jacksonville, good team meaning like okay,
they're a good team.
But define good team. A playoff team is a
they're
playoff
a
team.
playoff
I guess
team.
they're a playoff team.
10 wins. 10
wins. Okay.
10 wins.
Okay. So
and if my memory serves me, Cardinals on that schedule. Got to beat the Cardinals.
Can they get if they split with the Titans? Can they still have 10 wins? I'm assuming yes.
Yes, I think they can because I think they can split with the Colts. I think they can split with the Colts. I think the Colts are kind of back to earth a little bit. The Falcons game didn't really convince me all that much, but I think coming out the bye, we're gonna find out a little more about Indy when they go to Arrowhead on Sunday. We're going to find out if, they can handle being able to beat, Mahomes and all that. But
is there in your mind a situation where Jacksonville catches up with the Colts for the division?
No, I still think the Colts win the South. I think they split. I think they split with the Colts. I think they split. I mean, we had Silu on here last week and he talked about the 10-game losing streak in Jacksonville for the Colts. I don't know why that is. I have no clue what to make of that, but it seems like Jacksonville, when they play the Colts in Jacksonville, they always beat them. So I got them splitting with the Colts.
Okay.
Got to sweep the Titans. You got to beat the Cardinals. I don't think they're beating the Broncos.
Right.
There's another game in there that's like a toss-up game, but yeah, I think they can get to 10 and it's a big if the quarterback doesn't get clumsy. Like, I mean, I think without seeing last week's game,
right?
I would imagine offensive line played great, ran the football really well. If the number, if I remember the number correctly, it was 190 something yards on the ground. Protected the football. Defense got after Justin Herbert against a depleted offensive line. We'll take that in consideration. I think Jacksonville has a formula, bro. Like, don't let Trevor Lawrence do a lot. Like,
I'm going to make it my business to watch Jacksonville. I'm going to watch Jacksonville this week. I'm going to try to make it my business to watch Jacksonville, even if I got to watch it on all 22. I'm going to make it my business to watch Jacksonville this week. And
Okay, because I know you got him out. You got him out the playoffs. You think they're going to be
I
two
don't
of the
believe
teams that slides out of that wild card bunch.
Yeah, if I believe Baltimore, if I believe Baltimore and Kansas City to be who they are, and I'm only speaking about projections right now because Pittsburgh is. Because even if y'all win a division, unless we lose 7-8 games, I can see we gonna be 6 or 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you on the Chargers though. I think the Chargers slide out. Jacksonville, the schedule is just so favorable. But they gotta.
But then we're gonna find out for real if they're a good team or not.
Yeah, for sure.
And and I don't remember all the wins and losses. I know they beat the Chiefs, but
they beat the 49ers and the Chiefs in back-to-back weeks.
Okay.
So, those are some, to me,
those are quality
wins for Jacksonville. So
Mac Jones though, right?
Was that a Mac Jones game?
I'm confident it was a Mac Jones game.
It was a Mac Jones game.
And that's saying Mac Jones was cooking. Yeah, he's
games
been cooking.
for the 49ers. Yeah,
he's been cooking. I know that about
games. That. Yeah. They win. They win on Sunday. Yeah, they did. They win.
Yeah.
They did. They beat down the Cardinals last week.
Yeah,
so,
but it was
that's a team that nobody's talking about. They just trotting along. Brock Purdy's going to come back this week, I heard. They should be fine. The 49ers, I think, will be fine for making the playoffs. At this point, I don't got them sliding out. I would love to have the Bears in there right now. The Bears are on top of the North right now, but I think that's going to change in maybe like a couple of weeks because their schedule starts to get a little brutal. With Detroit coming up on the schedule,
we got
Green Bay twice, got Pittsburgh this weekend.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, in regard to Chicago, this team is different from last year. They got a coach that actually knows how to put these players in position to win the close games. Some of these games they've been winning, by field goals and stuff. They would have lost them games last year.
That's true.
So there's certainly something different about Chicago. At this point, for me, it's a wait and see. I don't think they make it to the playoffs, but it's a wait and see. It's a wait and see at this point.
So in the NFC, it's Philly, Rams, Detroit.
Detroit is out right now.
You're right. You're
Detroit
absolutely
is out
right
with a 6-4 record.
Yeah.
Because it's Eagles, Rams, Bears, Buccaneers at the 4 seed,
at the 4,
Seattle 5, Green Bay
6,
and San Francisco 7.
Yeah.
And Detroit is 8 with a 6-4 record. Yeah.
While we on the NFC, their season was over, but we still wishing health and wealth to Michael Penix, who's out for the rest of the year. I saw, shout out to my nephew. I saw my nephew posted posting about it, and I just said, I thought, I didn't even think to DM him, but I thought in my mind, boy, y'all season was over anyway. you might as well get your money's worth and
3-7.
Get your money's worth and let Kirk Cousins burn some of that money off that he just raped y'all for. So what are we talking about?
So in regard to Michael Penix Jr., so I saw these numbers the other day. So this is his 5th season-ending injury in the 8 years that he's played, college and pro combined.
Wow, didn't know that. I know he had a crazy injury history coming out of Washington, but
that's crazy, man.
No, that is crazy.
Yeah. Blessings to the young man.
For sure.
I hope he comes back stronger from this.
Also, health and wealth to Jets cornerback Chris Boyd, who was shot in New York City. I think it was Monday night. I don't have a whole bunch of details, but love and light and all those things to you that you recover and eventually get back on the football field for sure.
Somebody took footage of the fight that happened outside that club.
I didn't even have the context. I didn't even had a
And
context. I just heard he was shot.
yeah. It came up on the timeline earlier. Somebody had the footage. They were, in a scuffle, and then a couple shots rang out, and then everybody kind of split. But you couldn't tell from the ending of the footage that somebody got shot, actually. So it turned out it was that same incident with him in it involved. And so, yeah, get well soon. Glad to hear that he can talk about it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? For
Yeah.
sure. But speaking of, going out in New York City, so I guess they had WrestleMania last night at the Garden. I guess it's John Cena's last, roundabout, his farewell tour, whatever. So, folks up north, they were making a big deal about this. So, Cam Scatterboo, the running back, the rookie with the Giants. So he was at WrestleMania last night. Front row, somebody talked to him. I guess there was an agreement that he would partake in some of the,
obviously.
festivities and all that stuff. And I guess the act was he shoves what's his face? I can't remember I'm not a wrestling guy, folks.
Nope.
So
Never
we
mind.
don't talk wrestling on this show. So if you keep hearing me saying what's his name, you'll understand why.
And I ain't really fucking with them no way since they kicked my man Westside Gunn out the venue a couple weeks earlier.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, he was in Buffalo, and I guess, and I won't deviate too far from the conversation, but he bought the $5,000 seats, and the support that like he's been doing for as long as I've known him to be a rapper, and they kicked him out talking about we don't like the fact that you using clips from wrestling from WWE, and he puts it on his album covers, and they at one point sent him a cease and desist, like we want you to stop using it, and also Westside Gunn has a wrestling company, like he started a wrestling league. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, called Fourth Rope. So now I guess he's competition, and so they don't want him in the building no more. But I don't really fuck with that.
Wow, that's
I don't
crazy.
really fuck with that. I get it,
that's
really
why I was like, that has to be a money issue right there. But
all that to say is I ain't really fucking with WWE right now, no way. As if I was a real fan anyway. But I was
gonna say I am not a fan.
Leave Westside Gunn alone, man. All that nigga does is get fly and make good music, man. Leave Westside Gunn the fuck alone.
In his city at that, like kick him out in his city. That's wild.
I don't like it.
That's wild. But back to the Scatterboo conversation. So he does the act. He shoves him. They get in a little scuffle, whatever, and it's all cool. Everybody, nobody got hurt or anything like that. So this morning, Giants fans, getting in a fit. Like, he's injured, his ankle was hanging on a thread, and he out here, doing WWE, and he could injure himself and da-da-da-da. I'm like, y'all, I need to calm down. Your team ain't good. He's on a season-ending injury. His doctor said it was okay for him to go out, have a good time, do all those things. He's a young man. He's 21, 22 years old. He's in the biggest city, in the country, living life. Let the kid, live it out. I'm sure there were conversations going on between WWE and maybe some Giants personnel where they said, hey, and even some doctors to an extent, to say, hey, look, we want him to be a part of this. We just want to make sure if it's all good, and they approved it. And me personally, I see no problem with it whatsoever.
I don't see no problem with it, but I understand people who do, because what's the conversation if he really gets hurt unintentionally?
Yeah. Yep.
Look, man, that's him with him and Jackson Dart and obviously Malik Neighbors when he gets healthy. That is that core. Yeah, you haven't had this much hope in New York. At all, Saquon
last 15 years.
Yeah, and I'm about to say, because not even really Saquon, because even with Saquon, you didn't have nothing around them. Now you got a legitimate running back, quarterback, wide
triplets.
receiver. You
Triplets.
believe with a decent defense, and if the offensive line act right a little bit. I mean, just a little bit if they act right.
Yeah.
The Giants could be a 9-10, 9 maybe
Low
10
key,
win team.
They could be this year's Patriots next season. Low key.
Not for nothing. Yeah, like not for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know. Obviously they fired Daboll or whatever, but they do have like some light shining. So as a fan, I can see them. Like nah, bro, protect your asset. I can get it, but I agree with you. Much ado about nothing.
In the grand scheme of things, really,
let people let that man live his life. We supposed to sit up in a in a house, in a dark house all day until he healthy. Like you allowed to go outside, bro. You just are.
Yeah. Facts for sure, man. Rams and Seahawks over the weekend.
Tough loss.
Looked like it was a good game, but a tough loss.
Tough loss for Sam Darnold, man. I mean, obviously the entire team, but this is the first time in maybe 2 years I've seen, outside of that playoff game, I've seen Sam Darnold look human. I mean,
the Rams got something on them, man. It's the Rams, man.
The Rams is,
they're good. They're good. They're a good team.
Good team, man. They're a good team. No, nothing more, nothing less. They a good team. They maybe after that decisive win, maybe I'm willing to walk back that Seattle take, but I'm not because I'm a real nigga. But thorough. That was a decisive win. Shout out to the Rams.
Yeah, and Seattle still had a chance to win at the end there.
But
if the field goal was closer than 61 yards,
yeah, right. Obviously,
you're talking about a walk-off, comeback, victory for.
And
Seattle,
we're having a different conversation. But but I feel like as the game went on, it was I didn't really feel like if the Seahawks would have put it off, sure, the Seahawks pulled it off. But you never really watched that game from what I saw and felt like Seahawks had real momentum to win this game.
Yeah, no, they didn't have momentum per se, but every time you thought the Rams were going to pull away, Seattle just kept, getting the ball back. I mean, there was a stretch where the Rams wasn't doing anything on offense. It was a good stretch of that. So, props to Seattle's defense. I mean, if there's props to be given on the Seattle side.
Well, that Seattle defense is good. I keep telling you.
Seattle defense is good. Keeping it close, for sure. But they get another matchup. They get another crack at it later this year. So, the West isn't over. Seattle still has a chance to make amends for that. So, that'll be an exciting matchup, coming down the stretch there. And then the big game over the weekend, Chiefs Broncos. That's props to the Broncos.
How far
in the defense?
How big of a hat take are you willing to deal with?
On which side? Broncos side, Chiefs side, or anything?
Chiefs side.
Chiefs side. They're gonna make the playoffs.
Okay.
They're gonna make the playoffs. I've seen some crazy things out there. I've seen people say they're gonna miss the playoffs, and Chiefs Twitter is just in shambles right now.
Yeah.
It's actually hilarious to watch. They're gonna make the playoffs. I can't see them not.
I don't know if I was willing to jump. Yeah, I don't know if I was willing to jump out the window or not. But if you would have jumped, I would have had your back.
Well, how do you feel about it? You feel the same way that they're gonna make the playoffs?
No, yeah. But again, if you was willing to jump out there and say "fuck it," nah, hot take, I would have rode with you. Pause.
Nah. I said in the beginning, they just got they played some great teams. They lost to them. Schedule lightens up. The Chiefs will be okay. Now, Super Bowl. If you want to have a Super Bowl conversation, I don't think the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl this year.
Neither do I.
I'll stand on that.
Yeah, neither do I. But neither do I. So yeah.
I'll stand on that.
I still feel like I know Buffalo ain't. I still feel like this might be Buffalo's year. I know they're playing on the field that necessarily suggests that. They're not playing the best football in the AFC right now, but I still feel like at the end of the day, if it came down to Buffalo versus the Broncos or Buffalo versus the Colts or the Patriots, that pedigree would take them to the Super Bowl.
Hypothetically speaking, let's say they don't win the East, they're the 5 seed.
Yep.
I don't think anybody leaps over them to get the 5, right? So that first round matchup, that's the home of the AFC North.
Yep.
Most people, I think, would pick Buffalo as the favorite, either against the Ravens or Steelers, right?
Yep.
And now you're talking about a potential divisional round against the Broncos if they're the 1 seed, right? I think some people would pick Buffalo as a favorite over Denver. And if you get by Denver, you're talking about a combination of Indy, New England, and a title game, especially if it's, New England, Buffalo, part 3.
Yeah.
The path is, it's not crazy.
It's not crazy.
It's not crazy at all. Because some guys got to prove it. Like Denver, Indy, New England, they're still in show me mode, I think.
And more, but truthfully, so is Buffalo. But Buffalo is at the top of show me mode, meaning they've been here before.
Yes,
what I'm saying.
If you're not Kansas City, you are in a show me mode.
Exactly.
Let's keep it. Let's keep it a buck there. Like
exactly.
This includes the Ravens also. Like
exactly.
Everybody's in that.
The only team that I would exclude from the show me thing is Cincinnati, and shit, that's been 5 years. 5 years now.
Oh, 4 years now.
Yeah.
That came and went, man. Like So you get that.
But and obviously, I think that got a lot to do with Joe Burrow's health.
The injuries, for sure.
Let me be clear. Joe Burrow's health. Let me be clear. Nobody else. Joe Burrow's health.
Nobody else. Not that defense. No. Not the coaches. Nope.
No. Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Joe motherfucking Burrow. Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you had any more football because I was ready to get some quick basketball talking. But
go ahead.
Steph Curry leaves Under Armour, which I guess, it's ran its course. He's on his way out. It's been interesting in the past 2 days since the news has been announced. They've been doing a sneaker watch for Steph Curry. It was a little weird to see Steph Curry and Kobe's. I don't know if he's actually going to play in these shoes tonight. But he walked in today with some with the old Shaqs, the old Reebok Shaqs.
Yeah.
I can't fathom he's really going to play in those. But I guess we'll see when I get back on social media after the pod. But there has been there has been official sneaker watches for Steph Curry since he's done with Under Armour. Yeah.
Well, I'll say, congrats on a great run with the partnership.
Yeah. I mean, look, if anybody, there was a little time when people was wearing Under Armour sneakers because of Steph Curry. The basketball players, let me say that, was wearing Under Armours because of that. But Under Armour just doesn't make nice shoes. I mean, good looking shoes. I mean, end of the day, Adidas and Nike still run the world.
And let's be clear, Under Armour will be just fine.
Yeah.
They just built the facility downtown in the new Port Covington area. It's a nice, football stadium where high schools and, folks can come out and see a game and all that stuff. They got facilities all over this area and everything. The Under Armour will be just fine.
Yeah, because even with the Under Armour, with the Steph Curry, quote unquote, craze, I won't even call it a craze because it was just, he was the hottest player. Some people who wanted to be him was wearing his shoes, but it wasn't like, Under Armour ain't necessarily, shoes ain't their bread and butter. That's the point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they'll be, like you said, they'll be absolutely fine. That the whole Steph Curry shoe thing was just a plus to
what they were doing. Yeah,
right.
Because they got partnerships with University of Maryland. That's a big, that's a big deal. Even though
But
the
they're an
Athletics
apparel
aren't.
brand.
They're an apparel brand. Yes, they
yeah.
are. They are. And despite Maryland athletics not in a great space right now,
Yeah.
that partnership is still strong. So
Yeah, my
and
daughter literally just asked me for an Under Armour suit head to toe. I said, even the shoes? She said, yeah, even the shoes. I said,
woo,
okay.
woo,
All
hey,
right, buddy.
I love the confidence.
Under Armour shoes. All right, buddy. I mean, because I was, hey man, you let teenagers be teenagers, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Willie Green is fired from the Pelicans, and two and 10, 2-11 start or something like that.
Yeah.
No real. I despise people being fired that early. Um, Unless like, because what could really happen in 12 to 15 games where it's like I didn't had enough of Willie Green.
Not a damn thing. Because
Yeah, I mean,
nobody expected anything of the Pelicans.
this wasn't a good
Um,
team last year or the year before that, or the year
yeah,
before that.
I'll say this about the Pelicans because I don't know what it is with their medical staff. Because remember, at one point last year, I think the whole starting five was injured for about a few games, and you had dudes starting that you ain't had no idea who they were. So I mean, that was kind of unprecedented. But it seems like every year with this team, it's an injury that holds this team back or two. So I don't know if
Well,
that's
let's be
Willie
clear of
Green's
some
fault.
things. No, it's not. It's not. Let's be clear of some things. Zion Williamson has underachieved. I won't go as far as to call him a bust because he's not a bust, but he definitely underachieved in his
Yep.
career so far.
Mm-hmm.
And they traded Brandon Ingram to Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
And those were your
Yeah.
two pieces that you could try to
Never
turn this into
really
something
got
with.
to see that to fruition like that. It seemed like
Yeah.
we didn't really get to see a full year of that. Obviously, injuries, played a big part of that. But yeah, I don't like the direction they're going. And they let go of Swing Cash prior to all this happening too. Because she
Mm.
was what was she, basketball operations or something like that.
Yes,
And,
yeah,
and, and we praise that, black
sure.
women, in hierarchy positions in the NBA, they let her go. So yeah, not
Yeah,
not a good look in New Orleans for the Pelicans.
they're definitely going to be trash. I don't know if you want to be messy. This is my last topic. I don't know what else you got, but it's basketball
Hmm.
related. It's
Yep.
Klay Thompson related. It's Meg Thee Stallion related. Do you want to
Mm.
partake? If you say no, then we won't do it. It's no problem.
Well, let's go into it because I shared some Meg Thee Stallion footage with Debbie earlier this afternoon, but I got a feeling that this footage has nothing to do with what you're about to talk about.
Well, the ongoing conversation of Klay Thompson is not playing good basketball because he's in a happy relationship.
Oh, didn't we kind of allude to this last week or maybe
Did we?
off the podcast? I thought.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
What's your
I
thoughts in
thought.
case we didn't?
Look, he's got championships. He's on the back nine of the career. I don't think Klay Thompson has anything to prove from a basketball standpoint. And I get that the situation in Dallas is not a great situation right now, obviously, with a bunch of changes, including getting rid of the superstar and firing the GM. So, everything in Dallas isn't all that great.
And
But the
everybody's
one
injured.
thing, right, Kyrie's not back. The
Yeah.
one thing that he can look forward to away from the basketball court is Meg Thee Stallion.
Yep.
Even despite her going through this trial with Milagro Grams, despite all that, that's the one thing
Oh,
that he can,
I don't even know nothing about
go
that.
through. Well, that's what I was alluding to earlier when I said I was sharing some footage because I guess you don't know about they filed a defamation case against Milagro Grams, who is a entertainment blogger.
Okay.
And this kind of started with the whole Tory case.
Mhm.
And, Milagro has been on the side of Tory and as more so, not defending Megan in the situation. And I guess her team has filed a grievance, defamation of character against Milagro Graham. So this is actually playing out in court. Yeah, like, I mean, even TMZ, was interviewing Milagro Grams. Like, hey, what'd you think about, the trial today and all this stuff? It's crazy. It's crazy stuff. But she's following it more than I am. So I'm really not I'm not interested in the case all that much. Like, I really don't care. Like, I don't care in the sense that I'm not following the case. But Debbie's into that more than I am.
Well, getting back, for sure. Getting back to Klay Thompson. Hey, y'all, Klay Thompson is at the end of, at the, like you said, the back line, the proverbial swan song, all those things, like bruh. And you was asking him to, like, what, be good when no Kyrie, rookie Cooper flag. Like, what was y'all expecting? This ain't Klay Thompson this ain't championship Golden State prime Klay Thompson. This man been had Achilles injuries, ACL injuries, broken legs. I'm like, this is the end of his career. What was y'all like? Look, don't put this on. Meg Thee Stallion deserves some things in her life, I'm sure. This ain't it.
Yeah, leave him alone.
And leave her alone. She had
let them be.
Yeah, let them be for sure.
Let the celebrity girlfriends be. Leave Cardi B alone. Leave Meg Thee Stallion alone. Let them live their lives. Let these players, these athletes,
leave Dre and Michelle
do
alone.
Their thing. Yeah, Dre. Oh yeah. I forgot about that one. Haven't heard a lot, coming from that camp.
Nothing. I'm just throwing names.
Yeah. But yeah, for sure. Hey, just I got a couple football things. Shout out to the Panthers again. Swept the Falcons over the weekend. We know the Falcons are a bad football team at this point. But don't look now, bro. Half a game out from the NFC South with the Buccaneers losing to the Bills on Sunday. 6-4 Bucks, 6-5 Panthers, and they got two matchups against each other coming up in late December. So I'm not saying the Panthers gonna win the South. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
So what are we looking for?
I'm not saying that. I'll make 2 points with the Panthers and the Pantherettes. Let's
shout out to the Pantherettes.
Let's show some love to the Pantherettes
because y'all are overachieving. I didn't think Rico Dowdle was going to do all that.
That was going to be my 1 point. Is that at this point they have overachieved in this season, and my other point is that they're really going to have some meaningful games to play in December. They're gonna be in it. They're gonna be in contention. I'm not saying they're gonna pick a wild card spot or win the division. I'm just saying they're going to be in it. And the Bucks don't look that great, right? Bucks don't look that great right now either.
Yeah.
Granted, they played the Bills. Granted, they played Buffalo, and that was a shootout. That was going back and forth. But they need some guys healthy, and I'm not sure, how soon they're going to get some of these guys back. So things are interesting. I'll just leave it at that. Things in the NFC South are interesting. They're not running. The Bucks aren't running away with this thing.
Okay. Well, yeah, that we agree. They're not running away. They're not running away with it. But let's be clear. The Panthers are not going to win a division. And if they don't win a division, they're not going to make the playoffs.
Facts.
So we pending Baker Mayfield gets injured, God forbid.
Facts.
They're going to.
And if they somehow win the South, congratulations.
Yeah.
But that next weekend, you going home.
But let's be clear, they're not gonna. Yeah, look. Great season. Well, no matter what happens from this moment on, good season for the Carolina. Good season.
Great season.
I think we might have had. I think the highest we might have had them when we had Shawty on. Shout out to Lawyer Bay.
Yep.
That okay? I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I
Sonya.
should know.
Sonya's her name.
Sonya. Thank you.
Sonya's her name. Yeah.
Shout out to her because I don't think in any scenario we had them winning any more than 6 games. So
When we were going through that schedule, she said 12.
I know what she said.
She said 12.
We're gonna forget that even didn't even because we know what that was, right?
No, of course we knew that was, and I respect it. And I respect it. You know what I mean?
We love that.
Yeah. I thought,
but
I
we know
had
what
him
that
at
was.
8. Yeah,
oh,
sure.
You had him at 8.
I thought I had him at about 8 wins.
I couldn't see a scenario where they won more than 6. So they at 6 right now. If they win one more game, they have overachieved in my book. So shout out to them, but they're not winning.
I mean, they surpassed their total already from last year. So
well, yeah, that too. But I'm just talking about from a projection standpoint. But yeah, they're not winning the division. Let's celebrate. Bryce Young had a decent year. Rico Dowdle for sure. That defense played some good defense.
400 something yards. He set the record. He broke Cam Newton's single game record.
Yeah. Yep. So shout out, for sure. Shout out to the Carolina Panthers. But we talking about an 8-9 win season at best, and that's not going to be good enough to win a division or make the playoffs.
It won't. But a successful season nonetheless for them.
Nonetheless.
If we're right about that. So
yeah,
I can't go on without mentioning how bad the Lions looked on Sunday night, man. I can't let that slide, bro. Shout out to the Eagles. They do what they do on defense. Jalen Phillips is making himself really known on that defensive line right now.
Yeah.
I know Dan Campbell is calling plays. I guess he took over play calling last week when they played the Commanders.
Yeah.
Look, I get the fact that you are what you are. You're aggressive. 4th down conversions, all that good stuff. At some point, man, you got to coach the game at some point, bro. At some point, you got to get a feel for how this game's going. The Eagles offense wasn't doing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? At some point, when you in that red zone and it's 4th down, bro, take the points, man. Kick 3 points. You're probably 3-point, 4-point deficit instead of a touchdown deficit, but he went what he go 0 for 5 on 4th down conversions.
Is it fair that the only thing holding the Detroit Lions from being a Super Bowl team is Dan Campbell?
That might be fair. That might be a fair statement.
Because
this isn't the first time.
Exactly. And this team got way too much talent on offense and enough talent on defense.
Yeah.
Where we should be talking about them. I guess we are talking about them as a top 5 team in the NFC. And that's what I'm saying. But we looking at them and it's like, are they for real? As far as being a Super Bowl contender, are they for real? And can they really get to the bowl and get a chip? And the way I'm looking at it, man, the answer is no.
Not with the coach. Not, like I said, he didn't coach that game. He just went off of emotion.
Well, he did. Hey,
this is who we are. We ain't no punks and stuff. And it's like, dude, it ain't about that, bro. Like you want a tight game with the best team in the league, and that offense ain't doing nothing. That Eagles offense wasn't doing a lot, bro. For you to just be like, hey, we gotta keep going for it. We gotta keep going for it. Get a feel for the game, understand where you're at. 4th downs, this isn't the night. We're 0 for 2 on it. The 3rd time around, hey, let's just kick 3 points. Let's just see how this thing goes the rest of the way. Because I'm getting the feel like, hey, if we just continue to get them off the field, we can still, make something happen. But I also got to acknowledge this too, because they had Jared Goff looking unordinary all night, bro. He was missing throws. He was missing receivers. I mean, that's about as ugly as I've seen the Detroit Lions offense look in a long time, man.
Well, the truth is that Dan Campbell ain't going to change because this is how he got here.
Yeah. And that's a problem. That's a problem.
I don't know. Well, you could say it's a problem. I mean, if they never win a Super Bowl, then yes, you reflect on it and say this is a problem. But
Yeah.
the way he's been coaching football for the past, 3, 4, 5 years, however long it's been, that team has been touted as a top team in the NFC and the league for that matter for the past 3, 4 years because of the way he plays football. Coaches football. I'm sorry. So, I mean, while I agree with you, like nigga, take the points. Like, you don't got to do this.
Yeah.
It's been several occasions where we look at a game and we come back on this show and say, bruh, if you just would have kicked it, or you know what I'm saying? Like, we've done this before.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, bruh, who are you to tell this man that on a proven concept? Like, it's not a whole lot of games they're losing with him doing things the way he want to do things.
Sure. But they're also not in games of that magnitude. Where,
no, I agree. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I agree. I mean, who have they beaten when it mattered? I'm with you. Who have they beaten when it mattered? Right now, nobody.
The 49ers a couple of years ago, when the title game, they're up 2 scores, has a chance to go up 3 scores, but instead goes for it on 4th down, doesn't convert, and then it just it went downhill from that point.
Yeah,
he kills his own momentum at times when it doesn't have to be killed. You know what I mean?
I agree. I'm just saying I get his perspective too. I guess that's what I'm saying at the end of the day. I get his perspective too.
Sure. And last thing before we get the picks, I think a good example of it, and you and I were watching the NFC Championship game last year, that first Commanders drive where they went for it on 4th down, I think 2 times. And then there was a 3rd time, and I was like, hey, this is what they've been all season. And then you kind of was like, hey, they need to kick 3 points here. Coach the game, take the points. You've killed, some time off the clock. Don't overthink it. Don't overdo it. Kick 3 points.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell, you take a page out of that book, man. Sometimes you just got to get a feel for the game and how, it's going. Even if you lose, you know that, hey, we were this much closer to beating them than we were, going 0 for 5 on 4th down.
Yeah.
You know. So let me get the picks up. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Can't believe the season's almost over, man.
Went fast, man.
Yeah, real fast. We're already week number 12. Yeah, week number 12. I guess it's here, man. All right. I guess this is an important game. Thursday night, we'll start with the Bills at the Texans. Both teams need it in the worst way, in my opinion. I'm gonna pick the Texans at home, just because they're at home, and I think them getting CJ Stroud back, I think it's gonna be a big boost for this team. How about you?
Buffalo.
All right. I got the Ravens. Say less there. Bears in Chicago taking on Pittsburgh. I know you got the Steelers. I'm gonna pick Pittsburgh also, but Chicago is they on a roll right now. 7 out of the last 8.
Yep.
7 out of the last 8. They on a roll, but Pittsburgh has that knack for shutting down win streaks. It always seems like I did it with the Colts earlier this year, and look, I mean, thing you can sing about Pittsburgh. I mean, they got wins over the Patriots and the Colts. You got to say those are some quality wins for Pittsburgh. So, Patriots and the Bengals. I'm picking the Patriots.
Yep.
Giants in Detroit to take the Lions. I'm taking the Lions.
Yep.
Vikings in Green Bay. How you feel about this one?
Green Bay. The Vikings some shit.
I'll take the Packers. I agree with you. Colts at the Chiefs. This is a big one.
This is a pause. This is a important game.
Yeah, that was
Let's do. I'm going to pick the Chiefs, man. I can't. Chiefs. Chiefs, man.
Just scared to be wrong when it comes to the Chiefs. I tell you, it's a lot of folks feel that way. A lot of folks feel that way.
Man, I just feel like you called me a sucker. Give me the Colts. Upset.
All right, I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
All right, that worked. It worked that time. It worked that time. Give me the fucking Colts.
All right. Yeah, shout out to Taz. Taz will be pretty happy if they can pull this off. All right. Look, say less here. Give me Seahawks.
Yeah.
The Titans. Jacksonville at the Cardinals. I'm gonna take Jacksonville.
Yep.
I don't know about this one. How you feel about this one?
If Shador plays, give me the Browns. If he doesn't, give me the Raiders.
All right. I'll just say this. I'm glad you brought up Shador because I think he's going to play better because he's going to get the reps this week, and his upside is better than Geno Smith's upside at this point. So,
and I haven't heard any conversations about Gabriel's concussion, since Sunday. So,
yeah, me neither. Yeah, I'll pick Cleveland. Why not? They so out of it, but
let Shador get a win, man.
Yeah, for sure. Eagles at the Cowboys.
I like this game. If I had to pick an upset, this would be the one where I pick an upset.
That defense looked different, man. I know it was the Raiders, but this is the first time we've seen Quinnen Williams on his defense, Logan Wilson, and they got Overshawn back off injury, and a couple of other guys off injury.
And I really do like Overshawn. I do.
I will pick the Cowboys to beat the Eagles. Dak Prescott's got some good numbers against Philly.
Yeah, man, but I wanted you to pick Philly so I could pick Dallas, though.
Yeah, this game's been on my mind, leading up to the podcast, though. Like I feel like the Cowboys, got some upside here. Different looking defense, and division game, man. You know how these things go.
I know George Pickens just had a game last night, but I think he's gonna have another one.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb too. They both had some games.
I think George Pickens gonna have a game against Philly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look, I know you want me to pick Philly, but I think we see this kind of going the same way. Like, I think the Cowboys are set to, you talk about jumping out the window. I'm gonna jump out the window on this one. The Cowboys, they're gonna make a run. They're gonna make a playoff push.
Oh, that ain't a jump out the window. Now you saying they're gonna make
the playoffs?
Think so? No, you saying they're gonna make the playoffs is jumping out the window. The run don't mean nothing if they don't go to the playoffs. It just means they won some games.
Yeah. I think they're gonna get eliminated week 18 is what I'm saying.
Sure. I mean I wouldn't call that jumping out the window though. It's a jump. I wouldn't. Yeah. It's just
the top of the NFC is so deep. Pause. Like it's just remember Detroit is 6-4 and they're not even in right now.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you how the Panthers are right underneath Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So
what's Dallas' record?
What are they? 4-5-1?
And 1, and the Eagles 2 losses.
2 losses, yeah.
Okay, I'm winning
the division would certainly be jumping out the window, which obviously means the same thing as them, getting to the playoffs. But them winning the East to come back, from 4.5 games down, that would be jumping out the window.
I bet you won't clip it up and post it though.
Oh,
No, saying that the Dallas Cowboys will win a division.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that would be jumping out the window.
I know. I'm acknowledging what you're saying. I'm saying I bet you won't go out on that. I bet you won't jump out that window.
Oh no, I'm not going to jump out the window. I thought you were saying that. I thought you were saying if I did that I wouldn't clip it. I thought that's what.
No. I'm saying I'm challenging you to say it and then post it.
Oh no,
that's what I was challenging you to do.
Nah, nobody.
Yeah.
Nope.
For,
How? Okay.
Falcon Saints. What?
Yeah, I don't care. Like
What?
the Saints.
Oh,
Give me the
Falcon Saints.
Saints. Yeah, give me the
Sure.
Saints.
Yeah. I don't. Nobody wants
Give
to.
me.
I don't want to see Kirk Cousins win no more games.
Yeah, give me the Saints, man. There's a big game here. Bucks at the Rams.
Give me the Rams. I went with the Buccaneers, I think, last week, and I ain't like how they showed up. Give me the Rams.
Mm-hmm. Oh, against Buffalo, yeah.
Against Buffalo, yeah.
Yeah. I like the Rams too. And hey, look, say what people want out there. Look, I think this game's gonna be a good game. Panthers, 49ers. I think this is gonna be a good game. I think 49ers win, but I think Carolina's, play some pretty decent football here. But I think this is a 3-point game in my book. I think the 49ers win.
Yep, give me San Fran.
Yep. That's your week 12 picks, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Shout out to Pays and Plays Podcast.
What up?
On the IG live chat. Shout out to folks watching us on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook Live and all that good stuff. Continue to follow us on those platforms. Follow us on IG at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Follow us on on Twitter at Barbershop SPOR2. If you got questions, comments, hit us up on the email at barbershopsportstalk1@gmail.com. And yeah, man, certainly looking forward to the closing of the season, man. Thanksgiving is approaching. I'm gonna have to fill you in on my schedule next week because I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to do a show, but we'll keep tabs on that for any changes there.
I ain't doing shit.
Here you go. Here you go. Yeah, well, good for you, man. Good, good for you that you're getting the rest that you deserve, from that place.
Yeah, man. God bless that place, though. Don't lose sight.
Oh, I know. The cash. That's where the cash comes from.
I'm saying.
That's where the cash comes from. So we don't want to speak ill will of the place for sure. Love, peace, happiness to everybody out there, folks. And as always, mind your damn business.
Drink some water.
Oh yeah, we got him. Trey, Frazier, and Maestro styles, we got one. Right back like we left something. We don't duck smoke, we want all of it. So line them up, Trey shot with the blade, we sizing it up. I'm quick to catch the fade, Styles making the cut. Cause we coming out clean every time that we showing up.
It's gonna be called The Barbershop.